I'm Josh.
I'm Devin.
I'm Carson. I'm Colton.
And we're the Peñas. And we just wanted to share a little bit of our journey with Elsie's Courage and Courage Socks and how we came about. Our 6-year-old was diagnosed with a rare autoimmune disease about 3 years ago, and in the midst of him and his journey, my father-in-law was diagnosed with glioblastoma brain cancer, and he passed away about a year ago. So when we were starting Courage Socks in our business, we knew that we wanted to incorporate my father-in-law and both of my boys because of the journey that we had been on. Courage Socks was an idea from our little 6-year-old. One day he was getting ready to have one of his infusions and said that he would love to have some socks that gave courage and strength and bravery to people who were going through tough situations. And we came up with the business name Elsie's Courage. L stood for Larry, my father-in-law, and the C stood for Carson and Colton, which are our boys. When we were designing Courage Socks, Colton really wanted to have a play in all of it, and when we designed our logo, he had learned about the Shield of Faith at church, and so he really wanted to have the Shield of Faith.
So when we were designing the shield, one thing that my dad and Colton always did when they were both battling their illnesses was flexing their arms and acting like they were superheroes. And they both encouraged each other throughout the process that they were going to beat whatever battle that they were fighting. From then, Colton started flexing his arms. It became something that all three of us would do. And there's pictures of my dad and I flexing as he was battling his illness, and there's pictures of Colton and I in the hospital flexing. Colton calls the flexing arms superhero angel wings. He thinks that my dad's angel wings look like that.
My grandpa, because he is an angel.
And so when we were designing the logo, he really wanted the arms to be white because those are what he calls his grandpa's superhero angel wings.
And trying to make the logo something that signifies and assists with people trying to overcome battles.
Colton, having the rare genetic mutation that he does, he is considered a zebra, and a zebra signifies rare disease, and so he knew that he wanted to have a zebra sock as well.
Because that zebras on them, the stripes like the zebras.
And what is a zebra for?
My rare disease.
When Colton was born, he always had been very sickly, and we knew about the age of a year that he did have some immune deficiencies. Went to see his immunologist, and they found out that he had severe neutropenia, which is a type of white blood cell count that was low. And throughout this process, we actually have learned that our oldest son has the same genetic mutation, as well as my husband. So it's just kind of been a lengthy journey. In the midst of all of that is when my father-in-law got sick. There is no real treatment per se for it because it's just something that he will always have. He has been in and out of the hospital the last 3 years multiple times.
The whole reason behind the Courage Socks is we wanted everybody that's battling some type of illness or going through a hard time in life where they could put on these socks and have courage, strength, and help them overcome what they are going through.
They're for people in the hospital, because if they're sick, they can have them on, and then they have courage.
Also, one thing when we started Courage Socks and Elsie's Courage, we knew that we really wanted to give back to others. In the midst of Colton's journey, giving back has always been something that's been very important to him. Every month we will be picking a different, either a organization or a disease process for research, and we will be donating 5% of our proceeds for that month to that organization.
Something positive that they could do to give back from themselves. Something that would help Colton not really think about his illness, but think about helping others.
How do they make you feel when you put them on?
Strong.
Strong? Do they give you courage?
Yeah.
A good thing for Colton, because he was able to sit there and be a positive role model for my dad, but my dad was also able to be a positive role model for him. They often talked about their illnesses and that they were going to beat their illnesses and overcome the battle. and often refer to each other as each other's superheroes. Unfortunately, my dad lost his battle to cancer last year, and when we were coming up with not only the name but Elsie's Courage, we really wanted to do something that we could continue his legacy, because he touched the hearts of so many people, including Colton's heart. They were really, really close, and what better way to do it by doing this.